Good day everyone. Today we'll now be discussing about the concept of random variables. Okay, since this is a fresh or new semester for senior high school students, so basically they will be having a new set of subjects, and one of the subjects is the statistics and probability. Now, the first topic in statistics and probability, they will be dealing with the concept of random variables. Okay, so what do you mean by random variables? Random variables are simply values that are assigned to every outcome of a statistical experiment. Okay, say for example, what do you mean by a statistical experiment? Okay, the examples there are, we have example if we toss a coin, or flip two coins, or tossing a die. These three examples generate a number of outcomes, and that is what we call as statistical experiments. So an statistical experiment is simply an experiment wherein it generates a number of outcomes. Okay, and then random variables are those corresponding numbers that are assigned to every outcome of the experiment. Okay, let us now dive on the example number one, which is when we toss a coin and the random variable is z, of getting ahead. So in this case, if we flip a coin, there are only two possible outcomes that will emerge. First is we have the head and the tail. No matter how many times you flip a coin, it will only generate an outcome of h and a second outcome of t. Now for the random variable, which is z, of getting ahead, so basically we will just count off the number of heads on the corresponding outcomes. For example, in the first outcome, since we have head and we are looking for a head, then we have only one, so we will put 1 as a random variable for the head. Next, for the tail, second outcome is tail, and then we are looking for the random variable of z, of getting ahead. Since this is tail, so we will just simply put a number which is 0. So therefore the random variable z, of getting ahead when you toss a coin, is simply 1 and 0. Now for number 2, if we toss two coins with a random variable x, of getting a tail, so basically if you flip two coins, the outcomes will just be two heads, then one coin will give one head and one tail. Next is we have a coin will give you a tail and a head, and last is two tails rather. Now how did I generate this one? So basically I used the concept of the tree diagram. So just simply click the link below for the tree diagram that I'm going to post, so that you will have an idea on how to generate this one. Now since the random variable is x, of getting a tail, so x, of getting a tail, so you will just simply count the number of tails per outcome. So in the first outcome, since there is no tail, so we will put 0. Next, on the second outcome, we have here one tail, so this will become 1. On the third outcome, we have here one tail, so 1. And the last is we have two tails, so we will put number 2. So therefore, if we flip two coins and the random variable is x, of getting a tail, so basically the random variables are 0, 1, 1, and 2. Now for the last example, so when you toss a die with a random variable of y, of getting an even number, so the first that we'll need to do again is to list down all the outcomes. So in tossing a die, there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These numbers will only appear even if you flip the or toss the die and how many times. Since we're looking for the random variable y of getting an even number, we will give a 1 for an outcome that will give us an even number, and we will give 0 for an outcome that does not give us an even number. For example, 1 is not an even number, so we will put 0. Next, the outcome 2 is an even number, so we will write 1. Then 3 is an odd number, so we will put 0. 4 is an even number, so we will put 1. 5 is an odd number, so we will put 0. And lastly, 6 is an even number, so we will put 1. So that's it. That's the basics of the random variables. So comment down below if you want to know more about generating the random variables for a statistical experiment. In the next videos, I'm going to post the distribution of the random variables, and also we will be doing a series of videos regarding the mean and the variance of a random variable. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to get notified with the future uploads.